Everyone. So when you're in my acupuncture practice, it's been many years now that I've been doing this, that I've been having patients stay about 1 to 3 hours. I was trained this way by the late Dr. Richard Tefutan, the late Grand Master Dr. Richard Tefutan. I always tell my patients, I always guarantee 45 minutes. You can stay 20 to 30 minutes if you feel that's more appropriate for you. But I can tell you after 27 years of practice, the people in my practice typically stay 1 to 3 hours. I always guarantee 45 minutes unless I feel the patient would benefit to stay shorter. If they have severe anxiety or if they're in their first or second trimester or any other issue. Um, but I do things the way my mentor taught me. Before I met my mentor in 2006, in the 90s, and as a professional from 1999 to 2006, I did what everyone else does, 30-minute acupuncture treatments, and people will tell me that's all they need. That's all they need. And the way I was trained by Dr. Richard Tefutan was no. And I have a lot of evidence. Um, elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com is my third website. MoveYourChi.com was a website that I had for many years, and I didn't get a chance to transfer all the testimonials. But from 2006, March 6th, until now, which is now 2026, it is March 2. So for 20 years, my treatments have been very long. And I now can use AI to back everything up. Putting aside my testimonials, putting aside if you go to my website and you look at the testimonials on fertility, internal health issues, pain related cases, it's very rare that patients are staying only 40 minutes. They're staying much, much longer. I always guarantee 45 minutes unless I can go longer, which is typically 1 to 3 hours. So let's talk about the brain, shall we? So I will read to you some stuff online that I found to really help explain why my treatments are so effective. So at most other acupuncture clinics, treatments are 45 minutes to an hour. I've paid premium prices for 20 to 30 minute acupuncture treatments. It's real estate, you're in their space, you gotta go. And for many places that works because most people don't know the difference. And then they come to my acupuncture practice, and way before there was AI, way before we were using Google to explain how acupuncture helps the brain, I was learning from a man, Dr. Tan, who said, do it like this, and just blindly I did, because in the 90s when I was an intern, and from 99 to 2006, before I met him, I did it the way that I was taught, 20, 30-minute treatments, pancake treatment, flip them over, another 20, 30 minutes, maybe. Or just keep it to 20 to 30 minutes and then off you go. Thank you for paying me. You feel great. Good for you. You know. And then I met this miraculous dude, Dr. Tan, and he said, do it like this. And I did it like that. And lo and behold, I started getting significant, like tremendous improvement. So here is some information from AI that really was, really helped make my thoughts concise, but also can back it up from a neuroscience perspective. So, at many acupuncture clinics, a typical session might last about 45 minutes to an hour. I can tell you every time I did that, every time I would go to one of my friends or some acupuncturist office and I would lie there and ding, 45 minutes, you're out. Or just knowing that I got to be done in 60 minutes. The knowing that I need to be done already sets a time frame. And for those of you who may follow Dr. John Gray, he talks about when there's a time frame, especially for women, your cortisol starts to increase because you're under a time frame. Your fight or flight kicks in like, oh, I got to lie here for an hour. I only have an hour. And many people need much more than an hour. And that's what Dr. Tan taught me. You need more than an hour. At least you need more than the time you are told. Something magical happens when I tell people, how much time can I have you? And they say, check on me in an hour and a half. And guess what happens? If they're done in 45 minutes, they're done on their own time. If they can go longer, they're done on their own time. No one's giving them, a deadline. Deadlines, especially for women, hardworking people, men under pressure, the deadlines, it still keeps you at that fight or flight mode. So, AI helped me understand. My extended flexible approach, letting people relax 1 to 3 hours, definitely gives them more time to rest and heal. It's not the norm, but if my patients love it, that's part of my unique value. Yes, right now I would recommend you go to elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com and you see those testimonials, and that's a fraction of what I used to have, but we're rebuilding and I still have a lot of testimonials. And when it comes to fertility or neck pain or digestive issues, which by the way, from 99 to 2006, that's all I focused on, digestive issues, people are healing. Sciatic pain, nervous disorders. So let's talk about that not being rushed, how it affects your brain. So longer periods of deep rest, especially in a calming environment like mine, can have real benefits. Extended relaxation can help shift the brain into slower wave states like alpha or even theta, which are linked to reduced stress, increased mental clarity, and improved emotional regulation. Think of it as giving your nervous system a reset. People often report better mood, creativity, and even improved sleep after prolonged states of rest. So in a way, I'm not just offering acupuncture, I'm offering a mental and emotional sanctuary. So then I asked AI, please break this down. Break it down. What's it doing to the brain? Because these days you can study neuroscience on your computer. So, alpha state, relaxed and reflective. And then we're going to explain theta state, deep relaxation, meditative. So alpha state is associated with calm focus and reduced stress, can enhance creativity and problem solving, helps improve mood and mental clarity. Whereas the theta state, which is deep relaxation, meditative, linked to deep creativity and insight, supports emotional healing and reduced anxiety, facilitates memory consolidation and subconscious learning. Why over an hour can be beneficial. More time allows the brain to shift into these restorative states. Prolonged rest supports deeper stress reduction and emotional balance. Patients may experience lasting clarity, better sleep, and overall well-being after extended sessions. Research shows that the benefits of acupuncture come primarily from the number of consistency of sessions. Now, for my patients who are able to come in like 2 to 5 times a week, they're not needing an hour at each treatment. Sometimes they do, but if I can keep them for 20 to 40 minutes, even better. But here's the thing, if a person only can come 1 to 2 times a week, it may have taken them 15 minutes to 2 hours to drive to see me because they drive far. I'm in Orange County, I'm central, people will be driving from Riverside, L.A., even if they're down the street in Irvine, they have such busy schedules. They woke up early, they're doing all kinds of stuff. They're cooking, they're cleaning, they're doing laundry, and then they're running a business. That's my life. Or, they're in sales, they're traveling all over the place. They're in California, and then within 3 days, they're in Texas and New York, and then they're going to be in Taipei. They're all over the place. So when you're especially a high functioning human being, you're a CPA, you're a surgeon, you have a medical practice, you have an ER, you work in the ER, you're a mechanic, you're seeing a lot of cars, you're doing a lot of physical work, you're a massage therapist, whatever it is, I can tell you those and your homemaker, I did a video on that. Your wife is your CEO, and you're constantly go, 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 go. And if someone knows, oh God, Dr. Dolopo is only going to keep me for 30 minutes, or, She told, what I do is if I know I can only keep the patient for an hour, I'll tell him, dude, John, I'm only going to keep you for an hour tomorrow. So if you want to come in earlier, or if you'd rather have a recliner instead of a table, we'll be able to go much longer because that person has a lot of stress. I don't think it takes much to explain to the majority of you that there's a lot of stress going on right now. But in the history of me making videos, there's always a lot of stress. Just there's a lot of weird stuff going on. There's wars going on. There are, political stuff going on. There's injustice to children going on. And we're taking it so personally. There are people threatening lives out there. And it's online. And what does it do to us? It eats away, it burdens us, that heaviness. And what I like to do in my practice is really create a sanctuary where people feel this reprieve from all the chaos. So, I wanted AI to help me make it very concise, make it very, very concise. What is the brain doing? But that's very important to understand, why you're lying down. The majority of you don't care. You guys are just so happy to lie down. You just want to lie down. You're dealing with insomnia. You're dealing with anxiety. You're dealing with panic attacks. And then on top of that, there's a lot of stress. So let me just make very concise what I just shared. Acupuncture rest calms the brain and lowers stress. It boosts creativity and mental clarity. It helps your brain rewire for emotional wellness. Resting with acupuncture calms the brain, eases stress, it unlocks creativity and mental clarity. It supports brain rewiring for lasting emotional health. There's something I'd like for you to know. Repetition is the mother of skill. So a lot of these things I'm repeating for your benefit so you really understand what acupuncture does. And I'm so happy because when I started practice in 1999, I didn't have ChatGPT, Grok, Gemini. I didn't have all these tools. But now I get to explain, yay, this is what acupuncture does. And I'm glad you're here to listen. So thank you for sharing this video. Deep rest during acupuncture allows the brain to shift into parasympathetic mode, reducing stress hormones and promoting calm, restorative states. Prolonged rest with acupuncture encourages brainwave patterns linked to creativity and problem solving, offering mental clarity. This rest period improves neuroplasticity, helping the brain rewire for better emotional and cognitive health over time. That sounds fun. The reason why I'm really sharing this is because some of you are very, very angry or stressed out, and I feel that pain, and I've been there. And I found a secret in 1994, which was Chinese medicine. I found that acupuncture is so powerful, and it brings you to a state of relaxation. It's a peace beyond understanding. And if you are a religious person, like for myself, I'm a Christian, if you pray, if you meditate, if you are in this state of happiness already, acupuncture brings you to that next level. A lot of people here in my practice, they pray, they meditate, no matter what religion they practice. They're in this wonderful state. And I love to share that with people. So I thought today's video is, I really wanted to share with my patients the importance of relaxing and why I keep you so long. It is March Madness, but I'm creating March Calmness. So if you mention this video and you are a current non-fertility patient and you watched all the way to here, you can get a special deal. Just message me March Calmness at 619-341-4341 and I will send you the March Calmness package. All right. If you have any questions, just text me at 619-341-4341.